Hi, Angie here from mynexttablet.com. Today with an unboxing of the brand new Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE. Alright, let's start the unboxing of the Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE that was just announced for the European market starting at 199 euros. For that you get a version with 4GB RAM and 128GB of storage, and it can cost up to 249 euros, and then you can get a version with 6GB RAM, and the 249 euro one has 8GB of RAM and the same 128GB of storage. And by the way, I'm pretty sure that prices will be quite similar in US dollar and then converted elsewhere in the world. So probably it will be around $199 or maybe even a little bit less. Inside the box we've got the tablet. First, of course, I've got a little bit slightly saturated pinkish color here. It looks quite nice. Then we got the standard paperwork, warranty guide and a quick start guide. Then an eject tool. We don't have an LTE or 5G option here, but there's a micro SD card slot. That's what the tool is for. Then we get a standard charger and of course also a standard cable, USB Type A to Type C. And there's no optional keyboard cover and also no optional pen, but I've got the official cover for the Redmi Pad SE here. It's made of plastic, but it looks nice, looks a bit similar to like leather. It covers the tablet from all sides, so it's protected, and you can fold it up to use as a stand. And yeah, that's nice when you want to watch some Netflix or YouTube. It looks like a decent cover. And yeah, like usual, I already spent many hours, actually almost a day, with the Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE now, and I can tell you a bit more about this quite inexpensive entry-level tablet. And we're starting with the design. It has an 11-inch display, black screen bezels around the screen. We've got a 5-megapixel front-facing camera on the top, and on the back we've got an 8-megapixel main camera. Looks very similar, this design, to the first Xiaomi Redmi Pad, but this is the Redmi Pad SE, like I said. It has a full metal body, and if we go around it a bit, we've got a micro SD card slot over here, volume rocker, power button. Then we've got 2 speakers on this side and 2 speakers on this side. And by the way, there's no fingerprint scanner, but there's a standard headphone jack and also a USB-C port. I'm guessing USB-C 2.0 because Xiaomi didn't say anything about the USB-C port, so it's probably 2.0. Yeah, so much about the design. It looks very thin, but it looks actually a bit thinner than it is because the transition from the body to the screen is not as elegant as an iPad. There's a little bit of black plastic here. In fact, it's 7.36 millimeters thin. That's certainly still fine, especially in this price range, and it weighs 478 grams. And now let's get to the screen. It looks very nice. It's 11 inches, probably a bit under 11 inches, like 10.6 or something like that. And it has a resolution of 1920 by 1200 pixels, so about full HD. And with this screen size, it's fine. It looks sharp enough. Of course, there are sharper displays out there, but usually not in this price range. So the sharpness is certainly fine. And actually, for this price range, is a really nice display because first of all, it's 400 nits bright, which is quite bright, and it supports 90 Hz. We can go in the settings to confirm that. Most screens only support 60 Hz, especially at this price. Some, like the other Redmi Pad that starts at around 300 euros, support 90 Hz, and this one also 90 Hz. And let's go to refresh rate, and there you can see Xiaomi talking about 90 Hz. You can also switch to 60 Hz as a standard if you want to save a bit of battery life, or just go up to 90 Hz, and then it just chooses dynamically what's appropriate in the use case you're using it at. So the display is quite nice for this price range. I already watched a bit of Netflix. You can watch Netflix with HD quality. All the necessary DRM standards are supported. And I also watch a bit of YouTube, works fine and looks great as well. The 4 speakers are pretty good, so I think this is a quite nice entertainment tablet. Now let's get to the internal hardware. Inside the Redmi Pad SE sits a Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 chipset, and we get 4, 6 or 8GB of RAM, and all of those versions have 128GB of storage. So I think the storage options here for 199 euros and under $200 are really nice. There's no version with 5G or LTE, like I said. Very interesting, and kept close attention here is the Geekbench 5 benchmark comparison. I always run the Geekbench 5 benchmark, and you can see here that the multi-core performance is a little bit, just a little bit above the standard Redmi Pad. But the graphics performance is worse. And actually, you can see here that the graphics performance, the compute performance of the Redmi Pad SE is a major weak point of this tablet. The graphics performance is worse than on the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8, which is a much older and nowadays a little bit cheaper tablet. However, you can see that the CPU performance of the Redmi Pad SE is better. So the CPU performance for this price is actually pretty good. Just the graphics performance is not. And you can also see, of course, that higher-end tablets like the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite 2022 or, of course, the Xiaomi Redmi Pad 6 and so on are much more powerful. This is still an entry-level tablet. And that Geekbench compute performance is also reflected in my PUBG Mobile gaming test. This tablet plays PUBG Mobile very well. I enjoyed playing with it. I won. I killed a lot of people. It's really nice playable, but the graphics can only be set to balanced, which is only the second highest. It cannot be set to HD. Now, sometimes there are updates and then you can set the graphics a little bit higher, but based on the low benchmark, the graphics performance it had in Geekbench 5, I'm guessing that this won't be the case here. So this is not an amazing gaming tablet. Many games will run, many you will have to play at lower graphics settings, but I just wouldn't get it specifically for gaming because then I would get other tablets with a better graphics performance. For everything else, by the way, the performance is really good. That's because we've got a lot of RAM here, even higher RAM options. I only have the 4GB one, and the CPU performance is fine. So you can open two apps side by side, it works fine, and also watch YouTube on one side, surf the web on the other side. That all works fine, as you would expect from a 199 euro tablet. It's not like a Galaxy Tab S9, of course, but it all runs fine. Just the graphics performance is not amazing. And then let's take a look at the software. The Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE is running Android 13. So up-to-date Android right now. Let's go to About Tablet and Android version 13 here. Let's activate this little Easter egg. There we have it. And on top of it runs the MIUI in version 14. And at the moment it's pretty much the same software as on the Xiaomi Pad 6, Pad 5, and Redmi Pad, because Xiaomi has been pretty good with updates in the last couple of years. All the predecessor tablets have been updated quite nicely recently. Like, I'm surprised by Xiaomi. So I hope that the Redmi Pad SE will also be updated for maybe 1, 2, hopefully 3 years, but I don't have any official info about that at the moment. But in the past, Xiaomi has been getting better and better. Well, and on Android, like I said, runs MIUI, which customizes the interface quite a lot. There are also a lot of apps pre-installed from Xiaomi, a Notes app. They even have their own browser, a weather app, a recorder. There are some other tools here, and some other apps like WPS Office are pre-installed. I installed only Geekbench 5 and PUBG Mobile. Netflix is also pre-installed. Of course, we do get the Google Play Store and also all of the Google apps, because the Redmi Pad SE is a tablet that will be and is being released internationally, not just in China like some Xiaomi devices, but you will be able to get it pretty much everywhere, so including your local warranty and so on. So that's quite nice. So overall, the interface, here's nothing special. It's a little bit customized Android 13. So nothing bad to say it looks fine. And yeah, so much about the Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE so far. I'm very excited to start my proper review now. My first impressions are good because we get a lot of RAM, quite a lot of storage with 128GB that can be expanded with a micro SD card slot. I also like that at 199 euros we get a 90Hz screen that's also quite bright with 400 nits. That's really nice. There's a metal body here. We're getting pretty much up-to-date software at the moment, Android 13. The 4 speakers are fine. We've got a headphone jack, and it's not an amazing gaming tablet like the benchmarks showed, but for other tasks, it's pretty nice. It seems to be a good multimedia tablet, like for watching movies, listening to music, watching YouTube and browsing the web at the same time, doing some light gaming maybe. And yeah, for all of that, it's fine. The big downside, like I said already, is the graphics performance. That certainly could be better. Now, the price of 199 euros is good, of course, but the standard Xiaomi Redmi Pad that was released about a year ago often also costs about the same now, since prices have dropped. Originally, it was a 100 euros more. So, because that one has a better graphics performance, if you can still get the standard Xiaomi Redmi Pad, I still would prefer that one, especially at a discounted price, just because the graphics performance is a bit better. And in all other aspects, based on my first impressions, they are basically the same, mostly the same in other aspects. So yeah, decent tablet, but I think the standard Xiaomi Redmi Pad is a little bit better. Now, I'm guessing that Xiaomi will stop producing the standard Redmi Pad and will sell this one in the lower entry price point instead. And probably there will be a Xiaomi Redmi Pad 2 that then will again be about 100 euros and dollars more expensive and have some better features, probably a better processor. Alright, so much about the Xiaomi Redmi Pad SE. If you're interested in a better tablet, a more premium tablet, then check out my review of the Xiaomi Pad 6. It's more expensive, but not crazy expensive. However, it can keep up with really high-end premium tablets.